Hey, Corey Blake here for day 16 of my 30-day vulnerability challenge, and I'm really happy to say that I am in a far better state than I was over the past couple of days. I woke up still feeling pretty doom and gloom this morning, pretty horrible, but then through connection with other folks, I really found myself lifted, my spirits lifted. One of those happened in a coaching session with Kristen Westberg, our president, where I was being super pessimistic about life, and she was able to say to me, Corey, that's not the reality. Just so you know, I understand that's where you're coming from, but that's not the reality. And it was awesome for me, and awesome for me to trust that she could be a mirror to reflect back to me a different version of reality than the pessimism that I was really hanging on to. So that was the start of it. And then participated in some other really enlivening conversations that just brought life back into me, and I started laughing again, which felt amazing. And then tonight, finally, the big conversation happened between Dawn and I, and it was so important for me to reconnect with her, and she did a beautiful job of initiating that conversation, as she usually has to do, because I get really tongue-tied with feeling like, I think my challenge, I'm trying to be candid here while also being respectful of our marriage and our relationship. So I'm going to kind of speak truthfully that the past version of me used to get very triggered by her and blame her when I would get triggered for things, which I think is probably pretty typical in marriage. But I was I was having all of these emotions about the move and the way that it was handled and the differences about how we approach these things. And I was feeling like I didn't have decision-making ability, like it was all up to her. And I didn't like feeling that out of control. And then I felt like I sacrificed myself. And so I had to share that with her in a way that was respectful and kind. And I wanted to be considerate and not be victim-y and not blame her for my triggers, but actually figure out why I was triggered and what was going on for me. And we were able to have that conversation from a really loving place, which I was just so grateful for. And it wasn't easy and it wasn't perfect and it was messy in moments, but ultimately I felt like it was really loving and kind, and she deserves that from me. And I was so happy we were able to get to a place where things were so good that she sent me out to go play poker. It's Tuesday night, and usually I play poker with my dad and his buddies. I've been doing it for years, and we felt in a good enough place to send me away and do that and have some space from, being in each other's immediate proximity for a number of days, and through the move and getting the house situated. And so, yeah, it felt really awesome. So I'm grateful that I have such an amazing wife who knows how to initiate those conversations, and she was a great listener tonight, and hopefully I heard her too. So I'm happy to share that, because you guys have been with me as I've shared some of the dark cloud. I felt like one of those, that Charlie Brown character, what is it, Linus, who has the dark cloud over him all. Well, whichever one it is that has the dark cloud over him, and you guys have been with me, so I couldn't just hide in a cave. I actually had to express these thoughts, and so I also wanted you to know that some of that has parted for me. So thanks for creating a safe space for me to share myself so authentically. I'm very grateful. If my vulnerability challenge inspires you in any way, I really hope that you will say something to someone important in your life that is real today, or with your community, or with me. I would certainly love to hear it. Thanks so much for listening.